From NFT scams involving your favorite top players, a big Osu TikToker getting away with promoting another fraudulent NFT project, and even an extremely shady Keypad company, Osu has it all. However, most of these scams have been brushed aside, so let's take a deeper dive into Osu's biggest scams that you've never heard of. But real quickly, can you please subscribe? And if you want to chill, join my Discord server. Okay, thank you. Let's start with the NFT scams. It was on the 13th of October 2021 that the top Osu player WhiteCat had tweeted and promoted an NFT called Cool Ava Cats. These NFTs were able to be molded down into some sort of shit tokens, something along the lines of that. All you need to know is that this thing was 100% a scam, because just by looking at their Twitter, the last sort of activity was on the 31st of October 2021, only 18 days after WhiteCat's tweet. Going to their website, it seems to be offline, and probably gives you 50 viruses just from clicking on it. Even more proof of this being a scam is going onto the blockchain. It has a value of $0, so that can't be any good. Anyways, when WhiteCat had published this tweet, he instantly got a ton of backlash, which led him to delete it within 10 minutes. This is good and all, but I feel bad for those who may have actually invested in this shit, because you've got to understand, this is 2021. This was prime WhiteCat when he was still top 5. The amount of influence this guy had was crazy. Not only was this a big influence on the community at the time, but NFTs were still relatively new to the scene, meaning most people would be unaware that these things were a scam. Carthy puts this best. Quote, "Nothing quite like abusing your predominantly teenage audience to buy into a bullshit NFT application. Crypto and NFTs have so much potential, but they end up getting used by quote-unquote influencers to scam a bunch of kids. Sad," end quote. In response, WhiteCat said that it was not his intention at all. Then he proceeded to get ratioed by Carthy again with this response. Quote, "How many of your followers do you think understand NFTs and its usage? Also, what value are you giving to them by selling them some cat NFTs that they don't even understand? Scam was maybe a harsh word to use, but your judgment was still piss poor taking that partnership." End quote. Anyways, that was the end of that, and to give WhiteCat the benefit of the doubt, he was still a young lad, and being offered a presumably large bag to promote this NFT would be a no-brainer to take. It seemed that WhiteCat had learned his lesson and has not promoted any shady shit since. But going back to Carthy, what about his mate Spare? Yes, the cheat, never mind. So it turns out that Spare also did the same shit before WhiteCat, and it got a lot less backlash because obviously he doesn't have that big of a following compared to him. And it seems like he was the type of person to just block people if they gave the slightest criticism, a straight up man-child. I wish there were screenshots of this happening, however I can't find anything regarding Spare, but I don't doubt that this had happened. Now that the top player fraud session is out of the way, let's look at an Osu TikToker, GrizzlyPNG. GrizzlyPNG is a popular Osu TikToker and shorts creator with over 480,000 followers on TikTok and 215,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, what did he do? Well, on the 16th of April 2022, he uploaded this video.
Do you like NFTs? Do you like earning passive income? If so, I highly suggest you head over to the Discord of NFT Steakhouse. NFT Steakhouse is a first of its kind NFT launchpad that both grows new projects to great heights and has custom NFT staking for every NFT available on their platform. One of their first projects called Marvelous Beavers is launching soon with 1,000 unique beavers to collect and stake. The first 50 whitelisted addresses will receive a limited edition beaver which comes with unlockable content. The link to their Discord will be in my link tree. See you there.
As seen from the video, he promoted an NFT project called NFT Steakhouse. And after doing some research, their website is still up and running, but I think the token is kaput because it's worth nothing and someone has 9.5 billion shit tokens or whatever currency they use. Now, you already know my stance on Osu TikTokers, but you really do hit a new low when you're promoting an NFT scam to your audience. Like, this is actual scummy shit, but to the benefit of his doubt, this was quite a while ago and surely he has matured, right? Thankfully, this video has only got 6,000 views, which is absolutely nothing in TikTok standards. But for those who fell victim for the scam, my condolences. But what about a non-crypto or NFT related scam? Introducing LotusPro, the keypad company that was tailored towards the Osu community. This company was found out to be one of the biggest scams that the community has ever seen. I'll give you a brief breakdown of this situation. Christian, who was the owner of LotusPro, had a previous company formerly called Summit Cables, where he would sell custom keyboard wires and some that were in collaboration with big brands. However, the company ended up failing because there was a lack of transparency and people were just not receiving their orders. After he started receiving a bunch of backlash and being exposed for his bad practices, he shut Summit Cables down forever. After that catastrophe, he opened up LotusPro with the intent of selling keypads to the Osu community. However, being run by the same person and having the same work etiquette, you eventually start to see that he would run into the same problems, making false promises, lying to everyone, and not even paying his employees. Obviously, this ended up killing his business and scamming hundreds, if not thousands of people who ordered a keypad. However, this isn't even the worst part of the scam. Yes, it gets worse. When starting up LotusPro, he abused his partner at the time, Caitlin, and practically forced her to move in with him, where he would then open a bank account with $20,000 credit in her name. He used that money and more of Caitlin's cards to fund LotusPro, and when the company ended up failing, he left Caitlin with $20,000 worth of debt. He was also just really abusive towards her. Thanks Monstrata for the quick TLDR. If you're wondering where these claims are coming from, well, they come from this 4,000 word document written by Caitlin herself. Tokaku even made a video named Making an Osu Keypad Out of Spite, where she dabbled into this devious scam and made a keypad of her own instead. However, this was just the tip of the iceberg. If you would like a full rundown, please consider watching Undefined's video on this topic. It goes much more in depth and provides more context. Link is in the description. That was quite serious. So how about another silly little crypto scam? This time it's from my second most disliked type of channel, the clip channels. This comes from the channel The Delayed Weed Clips. Taking a deeper look, this one was not a fully fledged scam, but it was still sus as hell, and I had to include it. They would insert this weird link in every single one of their video descriptions, which would read as, earn free cryptocurrency. Now, if me or you saw this shit, you would probably think it's a scam straight away, but it seems like I was slightly wrong. Now, I am too pussy to use that link, but from looking at this Reddit post, it seems like it was legally a way to earn a little bit of crypto, where you sign up, complete offers, play games, share your opinion, complete tasks, and watch videos to receive your reward. Now, do I trust these guys I found off Reddit? Fuck no. But something that stands out to me is that these steps are eerily similar to those of a regular scam. For example, getting free Robux. You do all of those things. And this is just applicable for your standard scam that is designed to make you waste your time. So whether completing these tasks give you 0.03 shitcoin, it's really just a shitty thing to have in your description. And this clip channel should not have had it in the first place. Especially when having this crap on a clips channel of all things. A channel that uses other top players' clips and work to make some cheap money. Really shameful, but I rant about my issues with clip channels on this video. Thankfully, after being called out, he eventually removed the link from all of his video descriptions, so that's great. Okay, now for the last and final quote-unquote scam, I just had to include this, and that's the DigitalHypno and BTMC coaching drama. Even though I have a full video on this situation plus more, I'll give you a quick rundown. BTMC was doing a subathon at the time, and one of his sub-goal incentives was that he would get Osu coaching, to which DigitalHypno would be that coach. DigitalHypno would offer to coach the designated 2 hours for free, but hinted at the fact that BTMC could pay him for the coaching session at a normal rate of $50 per hour, to which BTMC agreed. However, at the last minute, during the subathon, DigitalHypno had upcharged BTMC, and instead of the regular $100 BTMC would have had to pay, he was charged $300 instead, just because DigitalHypno's friend told him that he could get a bigger bag and that BTMC is loaded. So now you get the gist of this situation. This was met with huge backlash by almost everyone in the community. People were dunking on DigitalHypno on charging that much for Osu coaching, and even people calling this a scam. Do you think that this was a scam? Let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, there was a huge doc written about Osu coaching and why it's not worth it. Top players like Xylus giving his pretty based opinion, and everyone in the community coming to the general consensus that Osu coaching is not really a scam, but it's not worth it in most situations. Most of these scams are pretty unknown, and I thought that it would be interesting to compile a bunch of the biggest scams that you've never heard of. Kind of an oxymoron. Thankfully, most of, if not all of these have been resolved to a certain extent, and the Osu community seems to have one of the most scam-proof communities by far. I mean, I really had to dig some of these up, but that just goes to show that you should always be careful with whatever you get into. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and if you want to, feel free to join my Discord server. Last thing, I'm so sorry, 100% of you guys have probably clicked off by now, but if you would like to support the channel, you can purchase and join this channel's membership. It's filled with amazing perks like being able to play games with me, an exclusive Discord role, and having access to these cool emojis, and also just a lot more. I try to give you the best bang for your buck. All of this money will go towards funding future video projects and paying off school fees. So if you have the money to spare, it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, take care. Bye bye.